Hey everybody, it is Anthony here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my Pokemon game collection. I did one of these maybe about a year and a half ago, and I showed off just the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games I had complete in box. This time I'm going to show you guys everything I have between all regions, all consoles, stuff like that. So, let's get started here. We'll first start off with, let's start off with the Japanese games first. That sounds interesting. I'm always more interested by the Japanese box arts. And let's take a look here at the first ones released in Japan. We have Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red. These were the first two to come out. And as you can see, the box arts are just way more cooler than the North American ones. But after these two came out, then we had the Pokemon Blue come out. So you got the triple lineup right there of awesome games. And then after that, you had the special Pikachu edition one, which also came out, so you can see all four looking awesome. We never got green in North America, obviously, but there you go. You can take a look at those. They look pretty darn sweet. Then for the Japanese Game Boy Color, we got the Pokemon trading card game. Can't really play it. Can't read in Japanese. And like I could play like the other ones. I could play these because I know where to go. I know what to do. I've played them all before, but can't really play that trading card one. I don't know how to read. We got for the color, gold and silver. So you can see gold and silver looking awesome. And as well, you have crystal. Quick thing to note, and I've had numerous people message me about this, and I'm actually going to address it now. I just remembered it. Lots of people ask me if they should buy brand new Japanese Pokemon games like Gold, Silver, or Crystal, brand new. And I say, sure, go ahead. But what you gotta know is Gold, Silver, Crystal, all the Japanese ones, I don't know about Game Boy Advance, but I know definitely for the color and back, they never came sealed shrink wrapped. So if you're looking on eBay or wherever and you're seeing these brand new sealed, and there's a wrap around it, it is not the official seal. They came loose like this. The Crystal, for example, I bought it new, and I knew that it wasn't going to come sealed because I know that they never came sealed. So, and I saw numerous ones on eBay that were sealed, saying that's how they like the factory seal. There was no factory seal, they just were like this. So that's a quick little note for you guys. Take that into consideration. It doesn't mean the game is necessarily fake, it just might mean they're trying to upprice you or something and shrink wrap it and sell it. So don't fall for that. So that covers the Japanese ones I got. Let's move on to the regular Game Boy. My pride and joys right here. I had Pokemon Blue when I was younger. That was the first one I got. I didn't get red. My stepbrother got red, and my other brother got red too. I went with blue. This one is factory sealed, and yeah, I don't have my original blue, which is a shame. But I also now have 3 sealed Pokemon Reds as well. Okay, so I'll give you the quick backstory on how I got all of those sealed Pokemon Reds and the sealed Pokemon Blue. So I was at my local game shop, and in the back he had a brand new sealed case of Pokemon Red, and he knew I was a fan of Pokemon, so he held the case for me and wanted to know if I'd buy one of them, and he was going to put the rest up on the shelf. He'd already put the blue up on shelf because he only had 1 or 2 blues, and someone already bought one. So since I bought all of them, at one point I had 9 sealed reds and then the 1 sealed blue. So what I did was I didn't buy 3 of them. I think 3 had like some kind of damage to them. The corner of the box was like shoved in on one, so it affected one of the boxes. It bent the whole thing in. And then I think 2 other ones had maybe like moisture damage or something like that. I can't remember. I just remember not buying. Oh, there's a cat here on my face. I just remember buying 9 of the reds and not getting 3 of them because they had some kind of damage. And what was awesome was he let me buy them at the regular retail price. So it was $29.98, I think, something like that. It's pretty cheap compared to like the eBay prices. So I was real grateful that he did that. And then he put the other 3 up on the shelf, and people actually bought them for I think like $100, and they were damaged. So yeah, that's how I got those. I sold off a bunch over time to pay for other games, pay for statues. Alright, so that is the Game Boy ones. Let's move to Pokemon Yellow. Absolutely love this one. Got Pokemon Yellow, not sealed, sadly. Now let's move to the color. We have trading card game. Can actually read that one. never really liked it though. And then Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, loved this one when I was a kid. It was so awesome. It's still a really solid puzzle game. Real fun. Then Gold and Silver. I sadly do not have Crystal for the regular Game Boy Color, the North American Game Boy Color. I need to pick that up. But these two are really, really awesome, and they were basically in perfect condition. All the games are complete in box. Then we have Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue, that is still sealed. Emerald version. And Pokemon Leaf Green, sadly it's the Player's Choice. I want to get a regular one that's not Player's Choice. And that's all for the Game Boy Advance. And you're probably wondering, where's Ruby, Sapphire, Fire Red, a non-Player's Choice Leaf Green? And I used to have all those at one point. Don't have them anymore, but I'll get to something that kind of addresses that in a second. Let's move on to the N64. I don't have as many N64 ones as I used to. I only have Snap and Stadium. I used to have Stadium 2 when I was younger, and I used to also have Hey You Pikachu. GameCube, all I have is Pokemon Coliseum, and I know there's some other ones that are pretty decent which I need to get. DS, I got a couple. I have Blue Rescue Team and Ranger. I have Heart Gold, need to pick up Soul Silver. And then I have Diamond, probably my most played DS game. I've put a lot of time into that one. Platinum. I have White 2, Black 2, and just regular black. I do not have white. So those are the ones I have. And now let's move on to the topic I said I was going to address here. And that is this stuff right here. You can see, oh, I got all those games. And you're probably wondering, well, let me just explain. So these are all bootleg games, and I bought them intentionally knowing they were fake because I was going to do a video about them. So I have Fire Red, 2 Rubies, Leaf Green, Sapphire, we have, what is it, Leaf Green, another Fire Red. Okay, so I bought these for a video I was going to do, and I probably will still do it at one point because I think it would be pretty interesting. I want to do a comparison between a real copy and a bootleg copy so you don't get faked, whether at a garage sale, thrift store, eBay, wherever, swap meet, and you know the swap meets are going to be pumping out a lot more bootlegs and stuff. But I want to do a comparison video and show you guys how you can spot differences, because even the cartridges, if you compare, they look sometimes really, really close and sometimes they're not. That's why I have duplicates of some, because for example, like the 2 Rubies, one of them has a different looking cartridge than the others. It's like one's super clear, one's darker, and then the regular real one looks like a certain color. So I want to do that comparison video at one point and just compare all of the bootleg Game Boy Advance ones so you guys can see. But that will come in a later date once I have the legit copies complete and boxed for Ruby Sapphire, Fire Red, Player's Choice, non-Player's Choice Leaf Green. So I want to do that. While on the topic of bootleg, I have Pokemon Diamond. As you can see, it is a red cartridge, complete bootleg game. It is not a bootleg like these, where these are just straight rips. This is kind of like an entire new game, which really sucks. So I had one of these when I was younger. I got it at a local game shop, and it was about $5-10, but it was a gray cartridge. And I had it, I knew it was fake, and I wanted it because it was something to brag about when you're in the schoolyard, you know. I remember when we were younger having, if you had Pokemon Green, everyone said, oh, someone's brother's friend had Pokemon Green, but no one ever had seen one. So I got this because I wanted to have those bragging rights that I have a Pokemon Diamond, a game no one had heard of. So I had it. And then a couple years later, when I was selling off large portions of my collection, I sold it on eBay for like $150. Someone bid it up that high. I was crazily impressed. And then I found this one on eBay maybe 3-4 years ago, and I got it on a sneak auction. I got in there quick. It ended late at night, and I got it for like $10. And these go for quite a bit now on eBay if you have them. So yeah, I have that. It's really awkward if you look at it. You can kind of see it. You wouldn't be able to tell in the camera, but it bulges out a bit from the top here. Like if you run your hand across, you can feel it's really, I don't know how to describe it. It's a crappy game though. And then I also have the green Pokemon game. And what you might be thinking is, oh whoa, that is the real deal when you're a kid. This is actually a fake. But there was one kid at school that did have this green cartridge one. And I'll show you guys quickly here how a legit Japanese green looks and this looks. So let's take this out real quick. Leave some of those manuals in there. Still more manuals. Jeez, tons of stuff. This is a legit, I keep saying legit, it's legit, a real deal Pokemon Green. Let me take it out of the case here. So this is a real Pokemon Green, and this is a fake. So if you're on eBay, look for the gray ones if you want the real thing. Like this Japanese one, it doesn't save the game. This one actually works, and you can play through it. You can read, it helps. But if you know how to play the game, you'll know where to go on this one. So there's a quick comparison. And that's kind of like the video I wanted to do for the Game Boy Advance. Show you guys comparisons, give more fine details on how to spot bootlegs. But I'll probably do that in a future date. So that's just a quick comparison. So there you guys go. That is my Pokemon game collection. It is ever growing, but over the last maybe 4 or 5 months, it's not changed at all. I've been saving for planning on moving, and now that I am moving, I don't really want to buy any games right now since I'm moving. But speaking of moving, if you guys want to check out stuff I have for sale, you can. I'll have a link right down underneath that like button. You can go check out what I'm selling. I'm selling quite a lot of stuff. None of these Pokemon ones actually. No, actually, I am selling a red, and someone did buy one, so I only have 2 reds left actually. One of these is gone. That actually helps pay for quite a lot of stuff. But yeah, so I only have 2 reds now left. Yeah, so if you want to go check out what I have for sale, link will be underneath that like button, like I said. And I'll also have a link to the RCM video on stuff that Pyro Panda is selling.